Have you ever had this certain sort of feeling that you know something, and it's like you know something what other people know, but you just don't want to say it, you know? So tonight I'm going to try to pick up, without saying too much in the cards, I think what everybody else knows too. But I want to point it out, we are on the eve of another Karen Reed motion hearing. It is February 5th of 2025, and as always, we are definitely seeing. Welcome, everyone. I'm Lady Zelda Kelly, and here we are seeing crime once again. I don't think we're ever going to stop seeing crime, and that's very unfortunate. But for this particular case, there's some little things that John has told us. There's little things that have been just kind of picking at me. Not really picking, but tapping me on the shoulder. Some of you have mentioned some things here and there, and it resonated, but today it clicked. And I want to share this with you. I've got 3 decks. That's all I'm going to use. They're all our friends. We know them. House of Zelda, the Kipper, and the very fiery Cartomancy. I just want to set the center stage. Let's pretend that we are mothers, okay? All energy here. Hypothetical, all energy. Let's pretend that we are a mother. We have a party and something goes down. And it goes down a lot wonkier than what we originally think. Something bad happens. And one of your kids is involved, and maybe one of your nieces or nephews. What's the first thing that you do? Well, I can tell you the first thing that you need to do is subscribe if you haven't already, and please, thumbs up. That really helps get this message out here. So I think you know where I'm going. I don't want to influence the cards. Let's see what they say. What's in the cloth, my Oh, I can see some things, and I love it when you all tell me what's in the cloth. This is wonderful. Okay, here we go. House of Zelda has a lot going on. Spirits, guides, and angels asking for a particular situation. We need guidance and direction. Please and thank you. Now that certainly doesn't surprise me, because John had said he was going to haunt all these people. However, I feel this card comes up because this mother and the kids, and I'm sure the whole family, the whole situation has been haunted. Haunted by the thoughts, memories, situations, regret. And if you don't think these people feel regret, it's not because of what they did. It's because of what they didn't do. They're on the edge. They're on the threshold of getting caught. The only regret that they have is that they did not take care of things more meticulously. That's it. Putting that there. That's what they've been counting on. They've been counting on something coming for them. But I also believe that there is an abundance of information that is coming out for us. It's all about timing. Pardon me. It's all about the timing. Now let's think about this. John gets dropped off. He goes in the house, in my opinion. Karen waits for him outside because she's thinking that he's going to come to the door and give her the hail or the high sign or wave or something, and he doesn't. She sits there. Finally, she says, well, I'm just going to go on. He must be in there having a good time. Unfortunately, he was in there, but he wasn't having a good time. It was all about timing afterward. What did they do with Lucky? What did they do with Karen? What do they do with John? It's a precise map of timing. That's why all these phone calls, that's why all these butt dials, if you will. That's why all the screenshots and the deleted searches, search one. That's why all of the evidence debacles, inverted videos of the crime scene, in my opinion. So it's all about timing. But this falls into place from what I want to share with you, because it was all about timing back to this mother energy. Ooh, I saw my camera focusing. So we've got some energy here, my family. Yeah, you are my family. Yeah, why not? I'm going to have to get a bigger Thanksgiving table, though. Right? I'd love it. I'd love it, quite frankly. I may have to just build a big barn. All right, here we are. This makes sense. Now, it's not a traditional marriage. We'll come back to these. Unexpected income of information, of situation. Here's what's playing out. So you're this mother. Your child and children, maybe a niece and nephew, or niece or nephew, witness or participate in something. What do? You send them off immediately. There are two that have a commitment of nothing but protection from this family. Now, believe me, there were others that participated, because it just wasn't, it was a scuffle. More than a scuffle. I'm being evasive on that, but it was definitely more than a scuffle. But there are two, a male and a female, that have been committed in keeping this hush, hush. We're going to be finding out more, because now is the time when things are about to go back to court and all these motions, and in preparation, they're going on a slippery slope, because it's easy when you're thinking about going there, but when you are there, it is a completely different story. Completely. Seven of Hearts. Eight of Hearts. Oh. That is the mother of the niece or the nephew. The sister of the mother in question. The Seven of Hearts. A fulfillment of determination, a fulfillment of a commitment. a fulfillment of making this commitment, and basically a need for understanding, a need to control. You know where I'm going. This Eight of Hearts, a card that means very suspicious. Suspicious in people around you, suspicious of circumstances, and suspicious of what happens next. With this card, could be misconstrued as maybe a person who likes to clean. Not misconstrued, really. That's John. His energy is here. Are you seeing the camera jump? He's telling you that you're witnessing something, that we are on the right track. We can't make this stuff up. This is Karen. A gift. A gift. That was the gift, in theory, of commitment to the sister, because they made their mind up when all of this happened who they were going to nail, and they thought they could get away with it. Hang in there. I'm going to tell you. That's right. Okay. So that journey, we're on the right track, my darlings. We're on the right track. Contact coming to you. Well, not to you, not to me, but there's contact. And it was very important because look at this. There was definitely anger. So now I'm going to share with you the rest of the story. And no, my name is not Paul Harvey. What I have been getting is this. Hypothetically now, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not law enforcement, I'm not a fire professional, I am not a medical professional. I'm just somebody who has an opinion. I'm a tarot reader, I'm a tarot psychic and profiler, and a psychic medium. Ask John. Pardon me. And if you're not a member, I'm about to put in a members only video. I'm not going to make it public. Something that you may be interested in. Things are starting to heat up here. So I'm going to call it a theory. How's that? This is the theory that I'm getting. So John goes over to 34 Fairview Road. I'm going to stop this jumping because it's driving me crazy. I bet it is you too. There we are. We're going to see now. John goes to 34 Fairview Road. Karen commits to wait outside. Before she gets to 1 Meadows Road, or Meadows Avenue rather, John is probably knocked unconscious. I believe in my heart that while there were many people involved, and I'm not going to say some names, except one, while there were many males involved, there was one nephew. Y'all know, and please don't put his name in the comments because we're not accusing anyone. This is just my theory, okay? You can put initial, whatever you want to do. But I think that the nephew took a cheap shot at him, trying to show off, because he was a hothead and still is. then the problems began. And I believe, what did Miss Jaw do? She got those kids out of there. She told her daughter to take her nephew out of there. They're in a state of panic. Why do you think they're going through the school? Why do you think they're checking to see if any police are around, anything like that? They're panicking. That's what people do when you panic. It's like you scatter. Desperate people are some of the most dangerous people on earth, because desperation drives you to do things that you wouldn't normally do. I believe, because of the dedication that Miss Jaw has to her sister, that her own daughter, in my opinion, and nephew are two that may be most connected. Now, I'm not going to be precise in timing and everything else, because you all know that, okay? I'm talking here about a theory, and I think that if we can study this more and back into it, this is a wealth of information, because there's a reason. If you see testimony, if you go back and look at this young girl's testimony, you're going to see how she was so nervous and fell apart on the stand. They all know what's coming. And those two kids, I call them kids because they're younger. They are kids. My kids are grown and have, whatever. They're still my kids. Think of it. Mother energy. Regardless of how we think of this person, she's going to take control. And that little piece of information is her driving force to maintain this complete farce and this complete rhetoric. Because when it comes down to where everything has happened, this man paid a price. And you can't reverse. You can't take it back. That's why they took this little journey around through the high school, etc. You can't take it back. What's done is done. But Miss Jaw is going to try, pardon me, and maintain and contain. Yes, this is what that young man felt. This is his revenge. There were many things that were a driving force that night. But my darlings, it doesn't take much to understand that the act of a mother can move mountains. And that's what she's trying to do. This is a legal card. Now, this can be a lump sum of money. But in this particular case, because that's why I like Cartomancy, because for me, that's what I learned on. And for me, it goes one step beyond what tarot does. And it helps to bring the story forward. Even though this is male energy, this is the energy of Ms. Jaw. Yeah, Jaw. You know who I'm talking about. Because at that time, we have a male side and we have a female side. It gives us balance. And at that particular time, the male energy side kicked in and she went into protective mode. Mother mode, male protective energy mode, and she took control. This is basically lumping this whole thing together, bringing this storyline together. This is a story that I don't even think that John Grisham, and he's one of my favorite authors when it comes to legal thrillers, everyone is looking at this and saying, holy mackerel. But the one thing that we do know is that there's no factual evidence against Karen. And if we continue to look, there's plenty against everyone else. Now, I saw Christina Fox with WBZ News, and she was interviewing attorney Leah Foley, the new U.S. District Attorney for Massachusetts, and asked, are the feds still involved? And she's saying, I cannot confirm or deny. Now, Kristen, I think is her name. Kristen Rex, I think is her name. My apologies. I don't mean to butcher that, but I think you know who I mean. Basically says, and asks her again and says, you know what? And I'm paraphrasing. We have all the earmarks. We already know that something was happening. Can you tell us, is this ongoing? And she gives this wee little smirk and says, I cannot confirm or deny. For me, that's a yes. They're still looking. And Miss Foley just came into office. So she's reviewing things. But this is going to play out in a much different way than what we think. And I know that we've all been waiting on the Supreme Court decision. I looked today. I'm not confident about that going in Karen's favor. So we're going to see. But think of this mother energy. What would a mother do? What would a mother do? Tell me in the comments, my darlings. And thanks so much for watching and supporting this. Don't forget to subscribe. Look at that. See that? Did you see that? That's John's energy. My lamp just fell. And there's no reason. And I'm going to keep going. Because that is his indication that we're on the right track, my friends. Thank you for your support. Members, look for that video to come out for you exclusively very soon. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Don't forget, join me live on Saturday night. And we're definitely going to be doing some more EVPs late night. Thanks, everyone, for viewing. You be well. Much love to you. Bye for now.